The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.
Welcome to the David Pakman Show. Yesterday, the Democratic National Convention started. There were a number of different speeches. We're going to talk about those. A lot of interesting stuff to talk about, Louis. A few observations. One thing I noticed was the Democratic National Convention crowd noise seemed to be turned way down. What's this picture we're looking at? That's fascinating.
This is the Atari version.
This is the blurriest picture of anything I've ever
DNC.
seen. Let's see if we can do something about that. I mean, that's just an attention to detail issue, isn't it, Louis?
If you can count the pixels, it's not good.
So the crowd noise seemed to be way lower, but not in the sense that less people were cheering. It just seemed that in the video production of the Republican National Convention, they had the noise louder on their mixing board, so to speak, whereas at the DNC, it just seemed to be much lower, except they seemed to kind of get it figured out towards the end. I guess they didn't need to fake enthusiasm, so they figured they didn't need to pump up the crowd noise volume.
Yes, but like you said, they did a little bit towards the end.
It got to be what you would assume it's more like in there, and
Yeah.
from all the reports on the ground, people actually saying that it was much more of an electric feel there, so to speak, and that maybe in part because Democrats don't seem to kind of dislike their candidate the way so many Republicans seem to just not be that into Mitt Romney, unfortunately. Other thing I noticed was in the master pool feed that PBS and CNN and MSNBC and all of them were showing, a lot of shots of people that looked like either they weren't paying attention to the speeches. So, for example, you would see Julian Castro, whose speech we'll get to, talking and very animated, and then it would cut to a woman who's clearly just having a conversation with someone else, just like this, clearly like they're not even paying attention to the speech. Not the best thing. At the beginning of Deval Patrick's speech, they cut to Joe Biden and he was eating something. He appeared to be eating, which was very, very odd. Yanaton, what were you going to say?
They at one point they cut to someone who was actually falling asleep.
Yeah.
And I wasn't too pleased about that.
It really makes you wonder, though, when you see some of these Democratic speeches, who do the Republicans even represent? Because Americans of all kinds are at the DNC in terms of race, religion, country of origin, and it actually feels real, like that's actually the party of the two that has something closer to their best interests in mind, where it just all seems so forced when you see anything other than white people at the Republican National Convention, don't you think?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know, I guess.
Let's get a voicemail from the Eggman who wanted to weigh in a little bit about the DNC.
Hey guys, I've been watching the Democratic National Convention and I noticed a big difference between this and the Republican one. It does seem really positive. I hate to sound really stereotypical, but it is a lot more of a positive message. It's not so negative against Romney. And one question, every time they shoot the camera over to Biden, he's eating something. What is Biden eating? Like a bag of peanuts? Or I just can't figure it out. I mean, it's a big deal, huh? I want to know what that guy's eating. Hey, I love you guys, man. Sorry for not calling so much, but less Eggman, the better. Shalom.
All right, so the Eggman weighing in there. It's true. I don't know why all the shots of Biden eating. It's a very weird choice.
Well, it's better than falling asleep.
That's for sure, and he's done that too.
Yeah.